All right, welcome everyone. Welcome back to Tradeify Crypto's live trading room here. Today we're going to be looking at the markets and give you guys an update on what we talked about yesterday. And if you guys remember me, Boris, and Anastasia, we talked about how the Trump's deadline with the whole situation in Iran was coming up to yesterday. So I think late my time, in the middle of the night, I think that deadline was coming up. And as you guys know, there seems to have been a deal between the US and Iran, brokered by Pakistan, I believe. So they have now a temporarily ceasefire, I believe. And the Strait of Hormuz is not sure if it's fully open, but it is open, and oil has started flowing through the Strait of Hormuz again. So what I want to be focusing on here, at least in the beginning of the live stream, and we're going to have Boris and Anastasia coming in here soon as well. What's up? We got people in the comments. What's up, Astra and Geomir? Man, I hate that YouTube changed everything with the usernames. So like a couple of months ago, we could actually see your name, the name that you choose to have displayed on YouTube. But now we only see your usernames, which creates a little bit of an awkward situation for us hosts here. We're also going to do some giveaways today, guys, so make sure that you are subscribed, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to write in the comment section. So make sure you go in and subscribe to the channel, and of course hit that like as well. There's one thing that I wanted to talk about today mainly, and that is, and I'm not sure, I would like to hear your views on this as well, you guys, in the comment section, if you do have any opinions on why you think this might be. But I'm going to show you what I mean. Okay, so if we switch to the two charts here, we have, wait a minute. Yeah, okay, so we got Bitcoin at the top here, and then we have the S&P 500 at the bottom. So what we got with the opening of the Strait of Hormuz, obviously we had the S&P 500 opening with a massive gap to the upside and a very, very strong daily candle, right? We haven't even have an entry into the previous range, so we reclaimed lost resistance as well. But we have, what's up, Boris? Welcome. How's it going?
Hey, Jonathan, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. Is my connection good?
It looks better today. Definitely looks better. You remember when we ended the live stream yesterday and said, like, yeah, we're gonna see what happens, and all of us thought that we're gonna see more US boots on the ground, and the opposite happened.
Yeah, I actually couldn't sleep all night. Took me until 6 a.m. to fall asleep. And then I decided to check the news headlines. And of course it said there's going to be a 2-week ceasefire. And then I automatically assumed Bitcoin's going to be way up, crypto's going to be way up. And
yeah,
that's exactly what happened. And crude oil is down 20%. So
but it's interesting that yeah, but I mean, the relative weakness here from Bitcoin is it's interesting, because I mean the S&P 500 rallied like crazy. I mean, if you look at the current daily candle for the S&P 500, I guess you kind of have to take into consideration the previous daily candle on Bitcoin, because some of this move that we're seeing today on the S&P 500 also happened on yesterday's daily candle on Bitcoin. But still, S&P 500 reclaimed levels. I'm going to switch back to the normal screen here. So if we go to this shot of the S&P 500, we can see that this is an insanely strong move. When we put it into the context of, we were, not long ago, we were trading down here at 6,300, right? and now we're back above 6,800. So not only did we reclaim that, what I view as the low of this range, but we are now trading above the middle of the range as well. And if we look at the Nasdaq, we have completely reclaimed range lows. We're not testing, the range EQ resistance right here. So that if I would be watching these two markets first, and then kind of think, okay, what do I think Bitcoin is doing in this environment? I would think that Bitcoin would have at least have broken up, at least given us a fake out or something above the range highs. But we're just getting a touch of resistance and no follow through, which is quite telling. Also with the fact that Bitcoin was dropping so massively while the S&P 500 was in a ranging structure, and now the S&P 500 is pumping and Bitcoin is not pumping. So that idea that Bitcoin is correlated with the stock market way more to the downside than it is to the upside still seems to hold true here. And I'm curious why that might be the case,
I think it's because Bitcoin was already weak before the whole war started. So it kind of makes sense that people or investors and institutions, since they were risk off during the war, they would put back risk into the safer assets first. And then I think we'll see rotation into Bitcoin and crypto and, altcoins. So I think the first reaction is to move money back into equities, back into, I'm not sure how gold and silver is performing today, but just assets first. And then I would consider, placing my capital into Bitcoin and other crypto assets. So that is my theory for why, the S&P and Nasdaq are relatively more stronger than Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. No, it's and also I'm kind of thinking, before when Nasdaq or when the stock market was ranging and trading much higher while Bitcoin was falling, I had this idea of there was an issue with sentiment for Bitcoin as well, because we had the S&P 500 having that push from the AI boom, right? We have massive investments within the AI industry. We got the Mag 7 investing insane amount of money in AI, and that's kind of like was really pushing the market higher. But none of that AI bubble type of behavior spilled over into crypto market. It wasn't really fueling Bitcoin. And I kind of feel like maybe now that investors can relax a little bit with the whole Iran situation, they're kind of going back to the narrative of looking at, okay, but AI, the technology of AI is still there, right? So now it's all back to AI. That's at least what I'm thinking might be going on here. And then if you look at Bitcoin, if we don't have that AI narrative for Bitcoin, then maybe that the narrative of global liquidity and, like I talked about yesterday, like the end phase of the business cycle, maybe that would be something that's keeping Bitcoin down. Because imagine if we didn't.
The other thing is, go ahead.
Just final thoughts here. Imagine if we did not have AI pushing stocks higher, like where would we be? I think we would be much, much lower. Probably,
yeah. And the other thing is, I don't know if you heard this, but I think the other week Google released a study saying that quantum computing could crack the Bitcoin, secret keys or code within hours in a few years. So maybe, I don't know how true that is. Maybe that's just Google trying to manipulate prices buy Bitcoin cheaper. That could be another reason with the whole quantum computing study that Google did, and I think they released that article or that study last week.
Yeah. No, I read that. Well, I didn't read the article, but as I kind of looked into that. And by the way, hello, Anastasia. How's it going? Welcome.
Hey, Jonathan. Hey, Boris. Good.
Hey.
Nice.
You are the interesting topic, huh?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think so. Quantum computing, yeah, for Bitcoin, that's an interesting one. I did kind of look into that, and it was all speculative theories, right? So there wasn't really any proof of this happening anytime soon. And there's a lot of arguments against it as well, saying that, well, when quantum computing has gotten to the stage where it might crack the keys of Bitcoin, at that time we might have used quantum computing to create new algorithms and new security layers to actually help with that. So but I mean, with quantum computing and AI, the future is just going to be weird. It's going to be weirder and weirder, so we never know what we're going to get. On another note, I did get stopped out yesterday on the algo trade I took. So I took it short on algo, like right before ending. Let's see, where do I have that one? Algo. And yeah, that's not a stop loss on this one, was obviously too tight. When I'm trading like this, that stop loss placement to me just screams greed. That's just me being greedy, because the way I'm trading, if I'm looking at something like the daily, like there's no way really I shouldn't have my stop loss lower than these wicks and lower than that high. Like, it makes no sense for me to have the stop loss lower. But then looking at this on the 4-hour, this was definitely more of a FOMO trade than a disciplined trade.
But do you think
Jonathan,
if your stop loss would be different, your trade would still make sense, because the crypto went up on the announcement from Iran and US, right? So even if your stop loss would be bigger, would it make much of a difference in this case?
Yeah, because the way I should have traded this, if I kind of had more of a disciplined approach, I would probably put a limit sell order on like the 0.618 fib of this down move, or at least the 50, right? At least the 50, because we can clearly see that this move is overextended. I think we're going to see that on the RSI as well. Yeah, so we had a somewhat of a like overextended. If you look at the we can probably look at the RSI on 1 hour. So looking at this move right here, it kind of feels like shorting here doesn't make a lot of sense, because it's such a clean level above. So if I really wanted to short this with a good stop loss, I should have probably placed a limit sell order here and then just had my stops up here, and I would have still been in this one. And to me, that's the way I want to be trading something like this.
Yeah, Jonathan, I think your setup was really good. Like technically, I was actually looking at algo before going to bed last night. I was thinking of shorting it myself, just based on the like double top structure and the fact that it was like losing momentum and breaking that level. And I think it's just because of the news of the ceasefire that pretty much every coin just went up. So I personally got stopped out of all of my shorts. So I don't think there's anything wrong with the setup. I think in theory it was a very good setup. So it's just a matter of a news-driven event affecting this this kind of trade idea.
Yeah, but I think as well, even if it's a news-driven event that it's affecting the trade, I still think, we have to take these, the probability of having a news event is always going to be there, especially when you're trading through such a volatile time right now. There's always going to be news events, and the reason why I like swing trading on the higher time frames is you're not as easily going to fall victim for the wicks and the volatility based on news driven events, unless it's a surprising Fed rate cut or something like that, right? Because that could really create a new trend, right? So in a case like this, the way I'm looking at the markets when I'm placing my stops, I'm always trying to think, okay, where am I safe from a huge move that is not necessarily breaking the trend or breaking the structure, which to me would be above above significant highs or significant structure, historical structure, which would be right around this area, because we can see that. I mean, this is resistance right here, and we have already tested that resistance. So the whole short idea is based on this acting as resistance, right? So if we have another wick above here, there's a likelihood that that's not going to be a fake out this time. It is going to be a breakout, and at that point I'm happy to get stopped out. The issue I'm having here is the fact that I actually had my stops somewhere around here yesterday, so I'm not giving the trade enough room to move around here and test this resistance maybe once again before breaking down. And I think that's one of the strengths of having wide stop losses based on structure. But when I'm looking at this right now, I still like this as a short. It's just a matter of when and exactly what I want price action to look like. All right, Anastasia, you're looking at. I can see you're looking at a setup there. Let's take a look at your chart, see if we have anything interesting there.
I am. In fact, it depends. I'll see. At the current moment, what I'm looking at is I have a buy limit on Bitcoin. So I did actually long on Bitcoin yesterday. So my account is the moment in profit for Tradeify. And I was looking at buys here because when we started pushing back up because of the news, we had more volume coming in here. We renewed the previous, we came back to the previous stops above my initial entry point. This is the weekly volume still, so we did close back above it. And when we closed back above it, I decided to re-enter exactly the same position as the one that I had before. So I did take a long until my initial target zone, which is right here, right? So I had closed the trade when they started to pull back below, and we tested the same zone several times, unable to break it above. So my initial plan from yesterday is, from 2 days ago already, is that we're gonna come back to around 72K, give a pullback to around perhaps 71 to 70.9, and then continue higher. So we see the same, like I had the same plan since we talked about it on Monday. So right now I'm waiting for the price of Bitcoin to go a little bit lower still, and then eventually to continue to go higher. If it does give this opportunity. So at the moment, I have my buy limit order placed at 71,265. If the price does reach 71,265, I will eventually get activated on my buy limit order. And my target will be around 74K. So it's 1 to 2 risk to reward potential. I placed my stop loss below the previous highs here, below the recent volume as well, and based on the risk to reward too. So that's my buy limit. Now, at the same time, I don't really want Bitcoin to fall below and close below 70.9K, because if it closes below on the candle below 70.9, then at the same, I'm going to close my position manually most likely. And I'm looking for short on Cardano eventually, because what I see on Cardano is that we reached my big volume level here. This was the biggest volume from this whole accumulation. So that's 0.26. We tested this volume, and the only reason I didn't still take a short is that we were holding the weekly point of control. Now, if the price will be able to push below it and close below the previous lows here that were created, and to close with a candle on the 30-minute time frame below the weekly volume, I'm going to take a short on Cardano as well towards the previous volumes. Also wanted to risk to reward potentially. So it depends. Either Cardano is going to push lower, close below the lows. I'm going to short it until the previous volumes, because for me personally, it's a clear bearish structure here. So there is nothing bullish about this. I don't think Cardano is going to be any good anytime soon. Back again, we had technically accumulation, exit, test of the volume from accumulation, continuation. If you break through this volume, I would even expect it lower until the previous lows here, eventually 0.22.5 maybe. So that's my plan for Cardano currently. But I'm waiting for the 30-minute candle closure eventually to see if we're going to be able to break the previous lows and the volume from this week before taking my decision. And at the same time, I'll see what's happening with Bitcoin in the meantime.
I really like Anastasia's 70.9 level, because that actually falls in line with my strategy. If you want to pull up my chart. So what I'm looking at is Bitcoin on the daily, and this red ribbon is the 55 exponential moving average, and it actually happens to fall in line with that level of 70,900. And with my strategy, actually, with Bitcoin breaking above the 55 EMA, currently it's retesting it. This would actually be a long signal for me if the daily closes like this. Like, we still have 12 hours to go. Like, the New York session is only going to open in an hour, so we'll see how the day goes. But as of now, this would be actually like a long signal for me, even though we didn't break this range high of, I guess, 74 or 75,000 yet. This would be like a long setup for me on Bitcoin, because whenever Bitcoin breaks above the 55 EMA on a daily with momentum, it usually tends to go higher. So yeah, I really like the 70.9 level. If Bitcoin falls below there, then I think we're just going to go back into the range and probably retest like the mid 60s. But for now, I'm kind of bullish on Bitcoin on the daily time frame.
Yeah, same. I'm kind of bullish. Some similar view. I think I want it a little bit lower because, again, we kind of at the daily volume and we're kind of range, and I would like to see another low before the continuation, and that's also following my previous setup. So I want to stick with this a little bit higher. Maybe I want to give it the room if the price doesn't reach the perfect level of 17.9. So I'm accepting kind of 71.2 at this point. But in general, yeah, I'm kind of alone on this.
Right, guys, we don't have a lot of likes today, so we have a very low threshold of likes to reach today for the first giveaway. Let's see how many likes do we actually have here. I think we need some more likes. So hit that like. I think at 10 likes. All right, we need just a few more likes to get to 10 likes, and I'll give away one 10K two-step account. So just hit that like, and we don't have a lot of people watching right now, so the people actually watching, you have a fairly high chance of actually getting an account today. So you know what, like thinking, so you're both bullish on Bitcoin on the daily, but surely you can't be bullish using like horizontal levels, because we're trading at the same prices we're trading at on February the 5th, which is, we're in the same range. Like, I don't understand where the bullishness comes from. I mean, yeah, we can put
but wait,
like a moving average on, but we're in the massive downtrend. So like, where's that bullishness coming from?
But okay, if we are trading in the same range, that we still have some levels until we reach the top of this range.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah.
we tested the bottom of the range. We tested like let's say okay, in the worst case scenario, right? Let's do it differently. Let me just do this. So in the worst case scenario, right? We talk about for example, the horizontal range. So if the horizontal range, then okay, this is approximately the range. This is the wider range. This is the lower range. So we still have a space to go. Realistically, if we look at the 4 hour, for example, it's not even a range. It's more of a channel, however you want to put it. So if we put the channel, for example, we have even more space to go, because if you look at that, okay, we are kind of in accelerated, like in a flag, for example, before we go for another leg down. So we have a lot of space until my target is at 74K. 74 is the previous highest here. So, and then at the highest point, like it's another 76 for me, and then another point is 78 before the next leg down. So I think it's exactly the same as we were talking yesterday. So which perspective are we analyzing? You know, are we analyzing the perspective for the next couple of days? Are we analyzing perspective for a couple of months? I'm still bearish for the next couple of months. I'm bullish for the next couple of days, including the fact that we have 2 weeks deadline for the agreement to be reached before Iran and US. So I think the positivity slightly is going to continue for another couple of days until the new headlines are going to pop up on the topic. So for me, if the price is trading within the range, I have several important major levels, right? Checkpoints is obviously the support, the resistance, if we are talking about the classical range, and the medium. The medium is the middle point of the range, which is usually the point of control where the majority of the volume is trading. Because when institutions take a big order, whether it's sell order or buy order, they distribute the big order into the small pieces to be able to fill it in on a good prices, and then the majority of it is going to be filled approximately in the middle of this range. So we now are past the medium of this range, which we had the rejection on several times. So we passed it. We passed the monthly point of control here from the previous months. So for me, it's an open road until the next highs here. Which is exactly 74,000. So that's my point of view, and that's the reason I'm bullish as well, besides the macro. So that's a technical aspect on top of macro headlines that we had since the morning.
Okay, yeah, that kind of makes sense. If we switch to my chart, well, I'll show you if we use like the linear regression indicator on Bitcoin, and we started from the beginning of this range. I think something like that would look good. You can see that so I got the standard deviation set for 2. And I guess, yeah, I mean, we are in a type of channel here. We might come up. What number did he say as the top of that?
74 and 76.
Yeah, 74. So we got, if we add 74 here, we'll have at the very top of that range, top of that boundary. So yeah, we might be able to hit the level here above, which kind of, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. Like you said, also with the macro conditions, and then if we look at the 1 hour here, there is consolidation here after that move to the upside. So if we're talking about the lower time frames here, I think this is interesting, right? If we have, I think we can just add some type of level here as an area to monitor. That might give us a push up towards that 74. So yeah, interesting.
Yeah, for me, I'm bullish because of my system. So even though we didn't break the range high, like I'm not going to wait based on my system for a break above 74K. Like my system is kind of predictive. So, I was explaining my I guess, my systematic indicator-based system a couple days ago, and when all the variables align, so we have like excess momentum, TSI turning bullish, and then we have a rising explosion level on my volatility indicator, and also Bitcoin breaking above the 55 EMA. This is just automatically a long signal for me. So that's why I'm bullish, because like historically. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think there was some lag there. Is that just me or is it you? Did you hear that also? Okay. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah. So basically, based on my back testing, this sort of setup usually leads to a hit rate of about 65% of hitting at least the first take profit. So in this case, if the daily closes like this, and like I said, we have still 12 hours to go before the daily closes, then I'm looking at a target of basically the range high at about 74,100, 74,200. So that would be my first TP. And then if we break that, I think we can easily go to 79,000, probably 80,000. So that's why I'm bullish. And another factor is we were discussing the ETF flows yesterday and how we had some big ETF flow accumulations from BlackRock and Fidelity. So I think institutions are accumulating Bitcoin here. That's my theory. And I just circled this because I think this is starting to look like accumulation to me rather than distribution, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely a bit biased to the downside. I do feel like it's kind of coming to a point where I feel I'm becoming overly bearish. Like everything just points to at least to me, like, okay, everything points to Bitcoin. It's going to move lower. We're going to break 60K and all of that. And I feel like I also might be looking for reasons for Bitcoin to be bearish. And of course, we have to be open to the idea that Bitcoin might actually break out. And we're getting some low time frame movements right here. So I'm looking at the 15 minute and low times. I'm also looking at the 5 minute here. And if we can break above this current resistance here, I would actually consider taking a long. Let me know in the comments, guys. Do you think this would be a good long? I'm gonna have you guys in the comments section guide me through this. So first of all, if we have a breakout, let's do a poll. Okay, let's do a poll in the comment section. So first of all, I want to know, should I enter this trade if we have a breakout? Yes or no? Let's see. This always ends very well for me when I ask the chat for trading advice. Let's see. Okay, right now we got 100% saying yes. Let's see. I'll give it a few moments and we'll see. We got 67% saying yes. Looks like we're actually getting a potential breakout right here. So what? Okay, so it's gonna be a yes. Now let me know in the comment section, what should we base this breakout on? Should we base it on a 15-minute candle close above the level or a 5-minute candle close above the level? So 15-minute candle close or 5-minute candle close? Let me know in the comment section, and let's see if we can enter a trade here. I'm gonna take a small risk on this one. Very small risk. Oh, well, not super small. I mean, we have to make some money after all. Okay, 15 minutes. So we're waiting for we got one saying 15-minute candle close. Yep, 50 minutes. Okay, so we're going to be waiting for a 15-minute candle close. That's going to be in... now, it would be funny if we just have like a crazy move here in the 15 minutes. So we got seven minutes. We got some time to prepare the actual set up here.
But I'll share my other screen and in a second, just one moment, because I'm looking at the order flow at the current moment, because as I have my buy limit set, the price didn't really go and reach it. Okay, we have my on my screen, we can shift to that. So looking at the order flow at the current moment, what was very interesting is that with the last volatility kicking in, we have the volume that moved towards 71,700 level right here. So we had lots of volume coming in. We see it here as well. So that's essentially on the BTC USD on the Binance, specifically futures. That's more than 5,000 contracts at this point. We are exiting right now the value area from the day. So we are here. And for me, I still have my buy limit. I'm going to delete it right now, because if the price would dip down, it would appear below the volume. So I would need to reconfirmation that we're going to reject 7,900 that we marked up before. So that's this zone here. I would need a reconfirmation that the price is going to reject it. But I can take a buy by market trade if we do exit the value area. So if the price is able to exit the value area, break value area high, close above on the 30-minute candle, I'm going to take it buy by market trade. Just the same as the one that you are looking at, because as we can see, the volume is kicking in and it's trying to push the price higher. On the 5-minute time frame, I have a very similar view on this as well. It's not loaded for some reason fully. But essentially, I'm going to load more candles in a moment, but it's essentially the same. So this is a value area of the day. We have more volume, so I want the price to close higher, and then I'm going to take buy by market trade, unless we continue to consolidate in this range. Because if we do and we do not exit the value area, then I'm going to just keep my initial ID on 71 towards 70.9, but I'm going to delete my pending order and I'm going to wait for reconfirmation of the price to come back down before and reject before taking a buy trade here. And the reason also that I'm a little bit more careful with this buy order right now is because at the 4-hour time frame, my weekly point of control, so our maximum weekly volume is right here, 71,980. This is also one of the, it's some reason stopped my streaming. Yeah, I need to reshare my chart. It kicked me out. Okay, it's a different one, but in any case, it's another screen. So in any case, it was one of my targets that I was looking for the price to reach as well. So it might give a pullback still as I was expecting. So this is why I'm very careful with buy by market order. So I want to see the price exiting the volume area from today before taking a buy. So it's either going to look like this, right? And then, but reconfirmation instead of a buy limit, or I want to see the price exiting this area. And then I'm going to take another trade with a take profit exactly in the same 74K. But at the same time, my stop loss will be below the low, so it's still going to be around 1 to 2 restore reward on this one. So it's one of these two.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So you're go ahead, Boris.
Yeah, I was also looking at the order flow and looking at AgriTrade. Order flow is very positive. I think the viewers can see that we're getting a lot of buy orders represented by the green, basically by the green orders here. And we had some huge orders relatively huge orders on Binance. One was for 23 Bitcoin, another one was for 20 Bitcoin. So that's like 1.7 million, 1.5 million. And then just looking through AgriTrade, like most of the order flow does look to be positive right now. So, and we are getting a lot more orders than on Monday when we were looking at AgriTrade. So it does look like volume is picking up and order flow is looking towards the upside. And then the cumulative volume delta is also increasing to the upside. So yeah, this just adds to my bullishness, the fact that we're getting all this big buy orders coming in from, looks like mostly Binance for whatever reason, but yeah, I think the order flow looks good here, and I think as long as we stay above that 70.9 level, I'll remain bullish on Bitcoin.
Jonathan, if you're saying something, no? Are you not?
Yes, you're unmuted.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't sure.
Always.
I saw your lips moving slightly, but with you, I was wondering, is it me or is it you trying to say?
No. As always. I should have like a big red, like flashing, muted when I'm actually muted. I should definitely look that up. Actually, I have my stream deck here. Maybe I can set that up so when I press muted, it's going to start flashing red or something. Anyway, if we're looking for breakout on Bitcoin, and we know that altcoins are highly correlated to the Bitcoin, at least on a move like this, I believe, then maybe looking for an altcoin that is close to breaking out, that kind of makes sense. And I don't know what this is, but let's see, up quite a lot on the day, very strong momentum to the upside. Kind of looks like it's already broke out. Looking at altcoins that kind of have the same structure, but it seems like this one looks interesting. So maybe if Bitcoin breaks out, we'll see, because this looks very similar to Bitcoin. But I don't know. I don't even think the risk to reward. No, this looks terrible. But there are some interesting. Okay, AVAX looks good. That's at resistance. Like I just want to short everything. Look at this range here. This is basically. Now this is interesting. I have a very clear structure here where it has rejected this area. So it broke below it in the end of March. So this to me looks slightly interesting. All right, we got 10 likes. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna give away a 10K two-step account. So guys, the rules here are that you need to be signed up to Tradeify Crypto, and if you're not signed up already, you need to go into tradeifycrypto.co and get an account, and then you take the email that you use to sign up to an account and you add that to your YouTube profile. So when I click the actual profile, I'm going to see that email, and that's how we're going to know that you are you. Okay, so for this giveaway, I want you all to win. You have to type in your whole credit card details. No, I'm kidding. You write something. What are we going to say? Like a word. Okay. I want you to write. Okay, I want you to write in the comment section right now. I want you to write what are we going to be writing? Okay, we're going to be writing. Anastasia is wrong about Bitcoin going to 70K first. I'm wrong. I'm right on Bitcoin breaking. Can we write all of that? Yes, write all of that, and then I'm going to pick a random guy from all of that. No, yes, right. Okay, right. Anastasia is always right. Let's do that. Okay, Anastasia is always right, and then I'm gonna pick a random person. I prefer to be
wrong for the audience because then people start selling, and then there is liquidity for my buys. So
Yeah, of course, but not today. Today. We do. Just come on, just write. Anastasia's always right. Friday, come on, guys and girls. Which is like not many of you.
I need to show it to my partner. Anastasia is always right. Right. even audience of Tradeify Crypto knows this. Come on.
Oh, look at that! There's so many in the comment section who think you're right, Anastasia. Like the contrarian in me really wants this breakout to happen. Okay, so now, the 15-minute candle didn't close above the level. Now we need to wait. This is why I hate waiting for like 15-minute candle close when trading on the lower time frames. So look at this. Can't we just go to the 5 minutes? Okay, we're gonna stick with the 50-minute here. If I'm left behind on this one, oh my god, look at that! I'm not gonna give away an account if I'm left behind on this one. All right, there's a lot of people in the comments thinking that you're right, Anastasia.
I'm still waiting, honestly, for the 30-minute candle closure before I'm gonna enter a buy.
What's funny about this is as soon as they started saying Anastasia is right, prices started pumping.
See?
We're moving the markets live here, guys. All right.
It's normal. Come on.
Yeah, of course. This is market psychology. You know, as soon as we think we're right, the market just does the opposite. Okay, let's see. I guess it's a good thing we waited for the 50-minute candle close there, though, because we have starting to get a wick on that one. But I do have my orders ready on the platform DXTrader to just execute this trade whenever. Okay, I'm gonna pick soon. I'm gonna pick a random person from the comment, and you have to write on the stage is all right, like to win an account. That's super weird, I know, but that's the way we do it. So Boris, you're looking for a long on Bitcoin. Now, is this based on? You said that it's based on your system, and you have quite a systematic approach, rule-based approach to trading, but it's not just based on that moving average indicator, right?
No, it's way more than a moving average. So it's based on 3 other indicators that I use, and I use like multiple templates. This is template that I use with public indicators, but I have my own I guess more private template that I use. But this one is very effective for those that are viewing my chart. Like if you plot these indicators on your trading view and backtest these on your favorite asset, I think this will actually work pretty well. So yeah, in addition to the moving average, this is just one of my variables. And then I also use basically a volatility indicator called the Water explosion. So basically when you see these rising green bars and this like yellow zone start to appear, that means volatility is expanding, momentum is expanding to the upside. And then I use also QQE mod indicator, which is also a momentum indicator, and it's indicating rising momentum. And then I use a confirmation indicator, which is the TSI, which is having a bullish crossover, and it's starting to cross the 0 line. So, all this in conjunction with Bitcoin crossing the 55 EMA is what leads me to having a long bias right now. And then also some fundamental factors such as the ETF flows. I think that has like 10% to my like trade idea. So yeah, all that in combination leads me to believe that Bitcoin, more likely than not, will go higher from here. So 65% chance based on historical studies 65. Using these variables. Yeah.
Yep.
And when I say 65, I mean at least to the first take profit at ATR1, which would basically target this range high at 74, 300. Like let's just call it 75K.
So basically 68% of the time you are right 100% of the time.
Yes, something like that.
Nice. That's a really good win rate. Like that. Okay, guys, I'm getting ready.
Yeah, but this is only on Bitcoin. Like you would have to backtest this on other altcoins. I don't think it works as well on like meme coins and more illiquid altcoins, but it works very well on Bitcoin as well as Ethereum.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, so I'm working on something funny here in the background. So Anastasia, tell me why tell me why you're right about your bullish case on Bitcoin again.
Can we switch? Yeah, perfect. So well, it depends. I'm in general right now waiting still for the candle closure. So I'm still looking for eventual dip. I'm not 100% convinced that we're gonna go up from here. Why? Because we had just volume coming in on this 5-minute candle. We see the price pulling back down, and we have more volume here. So for me personally, we didn't exit the zone from which I would expect the price to just continue back higher at the moment. This is 5-minute time frame. And on the 30-minute time frame on Bitcoin right now, we have a very good confirmation personally for me for a buy. So we did have the volume coming in here. So there was the weekly one at 71,700. That's the majority of the volume from this week where it was trading. We are trying to exit the big value area from basically today's day. We had more volume here. We had more volume coming in. So in general, it looks like the impulse correction and the impulse type of structure. But I'm not 100% convinced yet, because once again, we do have kind of a flag structure more than anything else at the current moment. I do think we can dip down one more time. If we do dip down, the zone between 71 to 70.8k, 70.9, 70.8 is where I'm gonna be looking for the next buys. Why? Because we had, when the price was pushing up, this is where a lot of buying pressure was coming in. So we had a lot of buying volume in this area, as we can see. So that's from 71,000 to 70.8k, where I'm going to be looking for the next dip down. So either we break at the current moment 72k, close above this, and then I'm going to buy by market. So we're going to exit this kind of range, and we're going to exit the 5-minute volume as well. Or we're going to dip down, and I'm going to buy it from this level once again towards 74. My main target is 74, and then the next one is 76 for Bitcoin. And the reason for 74 and 76 is already on the higher time frame. So if we look at the 4-hour time frame in the meantime, which didn't load for me, so let's have a look at the 30-minute time frame again. So if you look at 74, anyway, this is where the first rejection zone is going to be for the big range that we are in since the beginning of the year. So 74 and 76 is going to be a second one. So all this zone is going to be my target zone for Bitcoin. Depending if you're going to break 74 and close above, I might hold it until 76. If in general I'm going to get in the trade, I'm not too worried to miss out on this, because I basically have two entries, either the downwards pullback before the continuation upside and the entry between 71 and 70.8, or there we're going to close above the 5-minute volume that just came in here, which doesn't look like this at the current moment. So we had the attempt to push higher, once again selling volume, pushing the price down. So I don't see the buyers are much in control at the current moment. Maybe with the beginning of the New York session, some kind of more momentum is going to be pushing the price higher. But for the current moment, I deleted my buy limit order that was at 70.9 initially. So as I deleted my buy limit order, I'm gonna either wait for the closure. It's still 4 minutes. Doesn't look like we're gonna get the closure at the moment. If you don't get the closure above 72k in 4 minutes, I'm gonna wait for the next 30-minute candle. And that's going to be already US opening. So that's going to be interesting, because there will be quite a big interesting volatility coming in, especially after the announcement of 2-week ceasefire between Iran and US. It's the first New York session since then. So there will be lots of order filling happening. So I'm expecting something interesting here.
Nice. We're breaking out as well. Okay, guys, so I've created something amazing. It's truly amazing. I've spent a lot of time on this, a lot of effort, a lot of thought behind this, and I have now finally created this, the Anastasia is always right random name generator. So I've put in the names of everyone in the comment section who thought that Anastasia was right, and now we're going to pick a winner. We're gonna pick a winner, guys. This is what this is the power of AI right here. This is what you can do in today's society with AI. Like, this is the true power of AI, and how I do believe you should really leverage the power of AI. Let's pick a name. Ah, there we go. This is the winner. Your Gyomir19. What a wonderful name. Sorry, we had one who, you're a little bit late, but we're going to do another giveaway, right? So obviously, of course, the next giveaway, we might name it something different. Who knows? We'll see. It's going to be exciting. If we can switch over to, I'm going to switch over to my trading view screen quickly, just like that. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, check this out. It's the wrong one.
No, it's perfect.
Let's do it again. Oh, was it? Is it?
It was,
Okay.
it was.
Oh, did it? Okay. Oh, okay. So we got the breakout here. Now the question is, will we come back down? Okay, guys. So what I want you guys to do is to make a prediction now, right now. Make a prediction on where is this candle going to close. You got 1 minute and 40 seconds. The one who gets closest to the number that this 15-minute candle is going to close at for Bitcoin, and you're gonna we're gonna select. We're gonna end it. Actually, you know what? Let's just do the next 15-minute candle. Okay, so we're gonna do the next 15-minute candle. You're all gonna be guessing on the price at which the next 15-minute candle is going to close, the one after this one, and we're going to gather all the votes 5 minutes before the candle is closing. Okay, so we got now the question is, do I want to enter a trade on this one? We got the, it looks like the 50-minute candle is going to close above the level. Looks like the 50-minute candle is going to close above the level. So the question is then, do I want to see a pullback? Yeah, no. I'm going to do what I do best. Just enter at market. Okay, where do I have... Okay, where do we actually have my platform? Did I close it? Oh man,
You're buying by market at the moment.
Yeah, well, I can't find the tab where I actually have the trading platform up because I have too many tabs up, so I don't even know what. Okay, here it is. Okay, I'm gonna buy here. Is it okay? The candle is closing now. I'm buying. Okay, I'm in. That's it. I'm in. Okay, guys. So for the next giveaway, I want you to vote on where you think this current 15-minute candle for Bitcoin is going to close, at what price on the price chart that we're looking at right now. The one who gets closest will get another 10K 2 steps account. Okay?
I just ended my buy as well, so I'm with you.
Nice. This is what I'm telling you. Anastasia's always right. We're gonna hit TP on this one. That's what I'm always.
Especially when we are on the same page with you in the same trade. The reason I entered this trade is because in the 30. Yeah, go ahead.
No. I'm just like I don't know what I'm saying. So go ahead.
The reason I entered this trade is because on the 30-minute candle, we pushed really strong back to the upside after the volume on the previous 30-minute candle. And we broke out of the daily value area high. So this is a value area high on 71,880. So I want to see if we're going to reach 74 from here. So my target is at 74 and my stop loss is at 71.200 level right now.
Perfect.
I want to play devil's advocate here. And, I was talking about my bullish bias earlier, but there's one concerning thing I just noticed. I'm looking at the Bitcoin exchange liquidation map. And for those who aren't familiar, this basically plots the cumulative short and long liquidation leverage. And if we look at this chart, basically what this shows is that current price is 70 72,000. And let's say we reach a price of 79,000. That means about $1.7 billion in short will be liquidated. However, on the flip side, if price reverses and it goes back to the range at like 65, 66, we're going to have a cumulative long liquidation of 2.7 billion. So it looks like there's more long liquidation stacked towards the downside. So, the markets like to liquidate people. So, one thing that is kind of like a caveat here is that if price were to reverse here, we're going to liquidate twice the amount of longs than if price were to move up to the upper 70s. Because I think a lot of people just opened longs just because of the news of the ceasefire. So it looks like, if price just even starts to go back to 68K, we're going to get 2 billion in long liquidations, while we're not even going to get that much if price moves another 10K in the upwards direction. So that's one concerning thing for my bullish bias right now. But that's just one caveat. Everything else looks good, but I would keep an eye on this exchange liquidation map.
Yeah, definitely. I think, also because of the fact that we had the ceasefire, and I do believe the Strait of Hormuz is actually opening. So, I mean, that's obviously major. Then I think, we're seeing a lot of longs, and because of the fact that we're seeing a lot of longs, and we're probably seeing a lot of people FOMOing in on this move as well, and because of that, we're probably going to see more long liquidations if price then reverses. And looking at the stock market, S&P 500, Nasdaq, and then you're looking at Bitcoin, and you're like, wait a minute, this doesn't make a lot of sense. If risk assets are rallying, well, then why isn't Bitcoin rallying? Maybe it's delayed. Maybe it's coming on. Starting to move a little bit later. So, yeah.
I also think, there's these kind of things when people are too scared, much liquidated, lost too much money, they tend to get out of the market. When those things are slightly positive, people tend to get in. You need to give people some kind of hope before liquidating them again. Otherwise, people are going to sit on the sidelines without money and without the desire to get back into the market. So I think for the big players, obviously making money on the retail liquidations, it's about keeping a balance between liquidating majority of people, but at the same time giving them some kind of hope as well that, sometime they can still make money eventually. So I do believe that still in the next couple of days we're going to be mostly bullish, and then I think we're gonna deep down again. Maybe we're not gonna reach like super high levels where the price, where the majority of people are gonna take profit and so on. But at the current moment, for me personally, as I'm gonna buy, and I'm looking at the order flow as well. We have a lot of volume coming in. So, and as the price keeps pushing up, so we have a lot of buying pressure at the moment. So for me, it does look good to continue hold it. See it there, cumulative delta.
Time is always up, almost up. We got so look at this 15-minute candle for Bitcoin right now. It's going to be closing in about 9 minutes, which means when it's 5 minutes left of the 15-minute candle, we're going to be stopping any more predictions. And then we're going to be looking at all the predictions that we have, and we're going to see which one is closest. You can only predict the price once, so it's the first prediction that you type in that is going to win. Mr. Duck Trades is saying 60K, 60,137. If you win, I'm going to give you a 20K account. If it drops to 60K, then you'll get a 20K account. Yeah. Look at this. We're pumping. I'm gonna give my prediction as well on this. So if I win, you get nothing. Okay. When do I think this this 50-minute candle. Wow, look at that, guys. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say.
Look at aggro trade. Look at all the order flow coming in. Big buys.
Oh wow, yeah. Look at that.
Yeah,
It's green
we're
all
having
over.
huge buy orders. Yeah, and it's by the second, so big orders coming in. I don't know why it's all from Binance. But anyway,
Nice.
a lot of 1.1 million. Big orders coming in right now. Look at this candle.
Wow.
And I think
Damn,
we're about
this
to
is
break your
big one.
level, Jonathan.
Yeah. Guess what's happening here? Is there anything going on that might be? Nothing. We don't have any major news events coming up. Wow, this is crazy move right here. Doug Trade says that Sir ICT teach me about sell side liquidity. Yeah, looks like ICT was wrong on this one at least. Okay, I'm gonna be starting to. We got about 1 minute and 40 seconds left until we stop gathering prices. I'm gonna start collecting the responses. Man, that's a big move right there. I wish I added a little bit more risk to this one.
What was your entry price?
And my entry price is, ooh, look at that. Look at that. It's breaking out. Nice. My entry price, what's my entry price? That is a good question. I don't know. Lower than market price. I think my entry price is somewhere around 72.45 or something like that. All right, I got 40 seconds until we stop collecting the numbers. So if you want to get very close to the price where you think it might close, then waiting till the very last second might be a good idea. Someone's asking, where did Anastasia go? Well, she got tired of being right, obviously. So she left. She made too much money. You know, basically it's like, I'm out, guys. I don't need this anymore. I made so much money on this long, and then I don't need to be live streaming anymore. I'm just gonna go buy my Lamborghini and take my fake plant that she says is not fake, but I think it is because it looks very fake. She took the plant and she left, guys. All you have now is myself and Boris.
Anyway,
And Roman in the background.
Should we talk about some other altcoins?
Hey guys, Roman looks very
Bitcoin
pretty as well. It's a shame he's not on camera because we can definitely replace him with Anastasia. Yeah, he's at that level. Promise you guys. Okay, Boris, sorry. Oh my god.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, we've been talking about Bitcoin the whole hour. I don't think we've really talked about other altcoins except for Algo. But
there's not much to talk about on Bitcoin like this, though. Well, maybe you have something to talk about, so feel free to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm actually in a long position on BNB, so the Binance token. And again, it's very similar to the reasoning behind my Bitcoin long. So this is on the 8-hour time frame instead of the daily, but essentially we're breaking above this range between like 607 and 617 on BNB. Break above the 55 with positive momentum coming in from my indicators, and it is. I entered on this candle because it's retesting the 55 EMA. So if the next candle closes below the 55 at about 610, then I can just exit this for a small loss. But for now, I think BNB looks pretty good. And one reason I took this BNB trade is because I took a long on Cake, which is the Pancake Swap token, which is closely correlated to BNB. That's like the DeFi layer of BNB, and it had a big move during the ceasefire announcement. It went up like 7%. So I think BNB is going to follow. So that's why I took a trade on the BNB token as well. So we'll see what happens with BNB. Are there any other like altcoins that you're looking at apart from Algo? And I think we were talking about Zcash yesterday, and I think that one had a big move as well overnight.
Yeah, that broke out. I was looking to short it, I believe, but I didn't get the confirmation. And then it broke the level. Let me. Sorry, I'm just playing around with my giveaway generator. Holy shit, this is awesome. This is so good. Okay. So yeah, Zcash. We talked about Zcash, and what did we say about Zcash? Yeah, I wanted to short Zcash. Well, look at me. This I would have lost a lot of money on shorting this, but now now again I'm looking at, oh, okay, can I short this now? It's overextended to the upside, So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I was actually looking at a long at Zcash last night, but I thought it was too risky just because everyone was waiting for what's going to happen with the Iran situation.
Yeah.
Actually, I think now would be an optimal time to short because we're like pretty much sagging this high from February, which was like 2 months ago. So if I'm a reversal trader, I would be shorting at this point right here at about $330, $325. This does look very overextended to me. I mean, we had a 28% candle. That's kind of extreme.
It is. I mean, and if we add the if we add the linear regression, actually, you know what? I'm first just going to go back to Bitcoin because we almost have the candle, the 50-minute candle closing for Bitcoin, which means we're going to be picking. Now look at this, by the way. We have no, that was the wrong one. Okay, we almost have the 50-minute candle closing here shortly. I'm just waiting for my giveaway calculator thing to. I was waiting for my AI assistant to fire this thing up. Okay, so the close is right here. Okay, the close is 72,628. So what we're gonna do now, let's see. I'm gonna again pull up my giveaway chart here. So just give me a second. Okay, there we go. Here we go. This is the Bitcoin 50-minute candle close prediction. All right, as you can see here, we have frogs. That's Pepe. And then we have dogs. That's the dog of the Dogecoin, right? And they're spinning around because they're happy. That's what dogs do. They spin around when they're happy. And then also, if you've ever seen a frog in the wild, they also spin like this. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're going to first take the list of people that gave their predictions. All right. Which is this list right here. Does it make sense? I don't know. What's the actual price? Where did Bitcoin close? Bitcoin closed at 72628. I have no idea what's going to happen when I press find winner. I've never done this before. This is the first time. It's the world first. You guys are witnessing history. Let's click find winner. Let's see what happens. I'm going to click again. I'm going to click again. Well, this is where we're at the development of AI. right? This is the future right here. Pressing find winner, nothing happens. Okay. So let me just, okay. Let me put this in. Let me manually go through the list. Yeah, that's right. Keep clicking it. I forgot about that. I should probably keep clicking it. Okay, let's click. What happens if I click many times? Okay, can I... What happens if I click one time again? Nothing. Okay, so who's the actual winner? Okay. The one who is closest is B for real. As I said, B4R27. Yeah, that's right. You told me to keep clicking it, and you won a 10K two-step account. Congratulations, man. So all I need to do now is just add your email in your YouTube profile, and then we will get all of that sorted. Now I'm going to switch back to TradingView because I am making so much money right now on my demo account that I don't even know what to do with it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's pretty nice. So what am I going to do with this? I don't know. Okay, guys. So a little bit later in the live stream, we're doing another giveaway, but this time we're going to make it work. Yeah. We're going to make it work. I think for the next giveaway, we're going to do something special. We're going to do something special. I'm trying to figure out what that's going to be, but I know it's going to be very special. Okay, so we know that the Bitcoin is pumping here. We're hitting that high right here. This is where, oh man, it's lagging like crazy. That giveaway generator is absolutely killing my PC. I don't know what I've built, but something weird is going on with my PC. It's the dogs. No, it's probably the frogs. Right. So what I'm thinking here is like, I just want to close this, you know? Because I feel like this was a little bit too easy, you know? Price is just pumping straight into that local resistance, and then...
Yeah. If we look at the order flow now, it's starting to turn negative. We're starting to get some sell orders, so maybe... I don't know, I don't want to influence your trading decisions, but maybe if you're in profit, maybe take some profits.
Right, so... Oh, this is weird. It says that I'm disconnected from the YouTube chat. I might have created the virus. Because my computers just started acting up like crazy once I created this thing. It's inspired by Pepe and Dogecoin, which might be code word for crash my PC. Yeah, my Brave browser is died. Like everything's just dead. This is not great. So yeah, I can't read the comments because apparently I created the monster that just went into my PC and says like, yeah, you want Pepe style. What? My lighting is died. Did you? Whoa, it's flashing. Did you guys seeing that? What the hell is going on? Did I actually create some goddamn virus? What the hell is going on? Whoa, can you stop flashing, whoever's controlling that? This is insane. Guys, I'm not doing this. This is not me. Okay, this is scary. I gotta run I'm probably gonna run like a virus scan or something. Oh, AI. Like, if you're listening, could you like spare my children? You know, you can take me, but like, I've got kids. You know.
Jonathan, that's
how
a
do
new
I?
level of using AI.
You know, I don't know what's happening. Everything's just lagging, and my lights are flashing, and I everything's just okay. Yeah, I need to shut down Claude Code. This is crazy. Okay, I'm back. All right, I'm back. Successfully connected to the chat. I am back. Wow. We should probably go in along a couple of AI altcoins just to like show our future overlords that we are bullish on AI. Yeah, my lights really did flash before my eyes. Crazy. That's insane. I'm a little bit in shock actually, but I'm not giving up. I'm still gonna create this giveaway tool. What do you guys think about? Let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think about doing like a live stream when we're creating an indicator live? I think that would be pretty cool. Let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in, because I am
pretty cool even for me, because I'm so far from all this stuff that maybe I'm gonna learn a thing or two from you, from the using AI.
Yeah, we could definitely
for trading finally.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. We just have to make sure that my PC stays alive for that, because that was a bit crazy. Yeah.
If you can switch over to my screen for a second, because I'm still holding the buy trade as well along on Bitcoin. I did move my stop loss to break even. I'm going to share my account afterwards. So my stop loss is at the moment at 72,100. And what I'm waiting for is essentially I'm waiting for to see how the 30-minute candle is going to close in just 5 minutes from now, because I was listening in the back while I was getting the water. So Boris said that order flow is turning negative. I do agree with this slightly, kinda. I do see this. 1 second, I'm gonna change setting for candles. So we have a lot of buying pressure in general at the current moment. So this is still the buying order flow. This is aggressive asks. And Delta is showing that the continuation of buying pressure is still there. Now, that being said, I want to see if the buyers will be able to close the price above the previous highs. So what I want to see is that this buying pressure is not going to be just observed by sellers and closing it below, but I want to see the buyers' pressure continuing and being able to also support the price movement at the current moment. So I am bullish. We have lots of volume right here. It is a bullish volume. I just want to see the confirmation that the effort of buyers is transferred towards the results. So at the moment, let me just switch over quickly to my trading account, just like this. Here we go. Should work. Is it? No? Yes. So this is my account. My stop loss is at 72,100, which is at break even at the current moment, basically. So I'm in profit right now. My target is at 74K. So I'm leaving it at the break even with a stop loss at break even. Now let's see if how the candle is gonna close. If we're gonna close below the volume, I might consider taking some kind of profits from this, because I don't want to see the volume just being observed at the highs, at the 30-minute highs, and then pull it back down. So I might take some kind of partials if we do not see the continuation higher in just 4 minutes from now. But at the current moment, I'm actually seeing that the price is trying to still push further. So we recovered half of this volume. So basically, from the area of the order flow that I was looking for is basically all this zone here that I want to see the price breaking. And from there, if we do break it, then that's gonna be just a sign for me that I want to continue holding it to the 74,000.
Yeah, I'm hoping we can get some continuation like that as well. And for those of you asking if you're gonna get access to that indicator, yeah, definitely. We're gonna make it public within TradingView, so you can just find it in there. So if you have any ideas on what you think we might want to test, we can definitely test that out and create an indicator. And the thing with, if we're going to be using Claude Code to code it for us, we can make it quite advanced. We can perhaps try to integrate on-chain metrics and see if we can get access to APIs and things like that from on-chain indicators. Yes, Mr. Duck Trades, you can name the indicator, but we need to make sure that it's actually according to community standards of TradingView. But yeah, let's come up with a name. Actually, I have an idea for the giveaway. The best name for the indicator that we're going to be creating is going to win another 10K two-step account today. Okay. So that's what I want today, guys. I want you to just spam the chat with as many good names as you can come up with on the indicator. And then we're going to be voting, me, Boris, and Anastasia, we're going to be voting for the best name. And the one who gets the best name for the indicator will be winning a new account. Okay, so let's go. Give me your best shot in the comment section. We'll see what names you can come up with. Are we still holding this big how long? Yeah. I'm gonna get stopped out. Like, there's no question about it. I'm gonna get stopped out. It's gonna go straight down to my entry, and then I'm gonna say I'm gonna hold it. It's a break and retest, and then I'm gonna get stopped out.
So you don't want to close it?
I should close it. Yeah. But I can't access the trading platform because apparently my AI tool that I just created has disabled access or something to the trading platform. I don't know what happened, but there's something.
Well, if it continues to go to your target, you might thank the AI for the profits.
Yeah.
It's 50-50
Speaking
chance.
of AI, I decided to pull up some AI tokens and see how they're performing. I want to pull up my chart. So looking at Render, which is a very popular AI token, and it just broke the range above $1.93. Let's call it $2. And this one is looking very bullish. And we got another popular one called Tau. That's the bit tensor token. This one is also ready to break its range, looking very, very bullish. And then I pulled up Fetch.ai, which is like quite an ancient AI token, but it's performing quite well, close to breaking the range as well. So it does look like the AI sector is performing quite well. So I'm going to add these AI tokens to my watch list and perhaps look for a long position on some of them because, yeah, the AI sector is looking quite bullish right now.
Yep. No, I mean, obviously the whole AI hype is getting a bit crazy, so wouldn't be surprised to see that spill over into the AI altcoins. So definitely, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a watch list within TradingView with all the AI altcoins. Man,
yeah, same.
I still don't get why my browser just I did one giveaway in my browser and then now I can't use the browser. That's super weird. And now we're pulling back to my entry. Yeah, AI.
I closed my buy trade.
Oh my god. Well,
A lot
hopefully I can
of
exit.
negative order flow coming in now. Big sells. Looks
Yeah,
like
I closed it off because we're not able to close above the previous volume that was on the highs, and the price is now pulling back down. So I don't want to be holding this. Sorry, Jonathan. I might re-enter. I'm gonna re-enter again if the price is gonna pull back above the previous 30-minute high, and we're gonna hold above this volume that was just coming in on the previous closure before the New York opening. So if we're gonna go back higher and close above, let's say 72,700, I'm gonna re-enter my long. So I closed it and like $220 in profit, something.
Yeah,
I
as
can't
soon as
believe
the New York
I'm
session
in.
opened, we had the sell off or the selling start. So always pay attention to the New York Open. New York loves to sell whatever the Asians do or the Europeans.
Well, I can't access the platform. I would have sold up here, but and now I figured out I can just log in on my phone. But now I'm just like, am I gonna close it here? That's just stupid, you know. That's literally at the breakout points. I might just at least wait for another move to the upside. But like, come on, what are we seeing here? This is crazy.
This is the New York hedge funds. They're just selling.
Yeah, I mean, this is just them taking profits on the prior move. What is let's see what's happening with right, so we gotta move down on Nasdaq as well, but maybe we're gonna recover. Let's see what we get here. It's look at that wick. Nice. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna close this one at break even. That's a shame, but it is what it is. I missed out on like 1 hour on that one. Whatever. That's what you get for playing around with AI. We do have some interesting names, so we're gonna be collecting. For those of you who just are coming in right now, we are doing the last competition. We're going to give away a 10K 2 Steps account, and it's going to be given to the person that has the best name for an indicator that we're going to be creating. Right, so we're just getting breaking news here saying that India and China began ordering immediate shipments of Iranian crude after the announcement of the 2-week ceasefire agreement between US and Iran. Well, yeah, obviously.
Do you guys think this 2-week ceasefire is like, are things gonna become more volatile again in 2 weeks, or is this like, to me it seems like this is the end of the war? I think there's not going to be anything after 2 weeks.
Yeah, I really don't know. I think it's really, I really don't know. Like, it's just shifting. Like 1 week we think it's the end of the war, the other week we think it's all done. Like, it's just, no, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
true.
It's very, very difficult to predict, and I don't even know. I don't even understand like the whole big picture of why it's happening. Like why are they going into Iran? Like the whole strategic reason for doing so is just not very obvious. So it's gonna, and if this like if the deal that they have worked through now, like if you're looking at the 10-point deal, it doesn't really look like what's the difference compared to before, right? Is the only difference that they had a regime change,
I think the difference is that Iran's going to profit from basically taxing or putting on the tolls to going through the Strait of Hormuz. So if anything, like, Iran is the winner here.
Yes, and I'm not really.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I mean, Israel did kind of start the whole conflict. And it's obvious why Israel wants a conflict with Iran. They've always wanted to go into Iran, and this deal is not going to help Israel, right? Basically, it's a 10-point deal that says, like, Iran saying this is what we would like, the best case scenario for us to be. Like, there's no way they're gonna get through with that. I don't see this as the end of the conflict, because we're just going back to what we had before with a slightly different regime, which arguably could just become, for better or worse, depending on, I don't know. It's very messy situation, but that's what you get with war. Wars are very messy.
To be fairly honest with you, I think that Iran was so close to to send the nuclear weapons to Israel,
Really?
like last night, because from their threats of US to completely destroy Iran, to saying that they reached a deal, including Israel, including in this deal 1.5 hours before the deadline, and saying that there will be a ceasefire. And Trump is trying to still turn it around like he won this war, which is obviously not, because if you read the 10 points which are in the deal, essentially Iran got the better condition that they had before the war started. And regime didn't change much, right? Yeah, they killed the leader, but it wasn't the one leader who was leading the country. There were a group, or there was a family, right? So I think, honestly, fairly saying, we will never know this realistically, but they were so close to send nuclear weapons, which I think is I personally think it might be the end of the war, because US lost and they don't want to accept it, but there is no way for them. They didn't expect, I think Trump didn't expect such an answer from Iran. I don't think they expected the bombing of the whole Middle East as well. And I think Israel is the only country that could put a lot of pressure on US to ceasefire, because otherwise Trump wouldn't stop eventually. So I don't think US is on the winning side of this war, but I do think we are kind of in the end, and we will see mostly the reach of the deal. Because the difference between this war in Iran, for example, and the difference between the war, for example, in Ukraine, is that Ukraine doesn't have the nuclear weapons, and Iran does. And they have the leverage towards the oil deliverables as well. So they control this too. So they have a leverage in this kind of, in the war and then in this discussion. So I don't think it's going to continue. A lot of people were saying, it's going to continue for 2-3 years. I don't think it's going to continue for 2-3 years, just because they have a leverage to put on, in this situation.
Yeah. By the way, guys, we're also getting some breaking news, and you have at the bottom of the screen, you see that we have news that's coming directly from Financial Juice. So as soon as we have any breaking news coming out, we have it at the bottom of the screen. So if you saw that a couple of minutes ago, we had news coming out that says that from an unnamed Iran official, saying that Iran is considering strikes against Israel amid its violation of the temporary ceasefire in Lebanon. So part of the ceasefire deal was that there's going to be a ceasefire in Lebanon. And now also the IRGC is warning that any foreign aircraft entry breaches the ceasefire, and that they have also shut down a drone over southern Iran. So there are still, of course, things going on, but we also have the fog of war. We don't really know what's real and what's not real. Which sources can you trust in a situation like that, and where are they getting their information? There's obviously a lot of information going around, and a lot of manipulation of the facts here, because that's what you get in times of war. But looking at price action, I actually think that Bitcoin is a perfect example here of the real risk appetite in the market. Because when you have depleting risk appetite in the market, it's the risk assets that goes first. And I'm not talking about stock market, I'm talking about the riskiest assets. So you first have the altcoins, you first have the meme coins, or even the meme stocks, and you have the highly speculative assets. They dump first, and then it kind of bleeds over into Bitcoin, and then that would eventually bleed into stocks lastly. And I think looking at Bitcoin right here, there's just no strength behind this. Yes, we had the low time frame breakout here, but then we had the New York Open, which immediately just took it straight down. And this is I believe this would be the Asian session around this right here. So this would be the Asian range. And if we break below this range, then I think I'm looking at Bitcoin, I would say this is a perfect sentiment indicator of what's going on right now. People might be buying the S&P 400, but the question is, are people, not people, but are the institutions, hedge funds, etc., are they going to look at this as an opportunity to sell some of their positions that they're on the water on, right? Because most likely a lot of people are left on the right side of this market down here, and now is also a very good opportunity to take some profits on the positions and secure their portfolio. Because we've had this situation before, right? We had a temporary ceasefire in the past. All throughout this whole conflict, there has always been some type of breach of agreement or breach of ceasefires that had just escalated the situation over and over again. So I'm not really sure it's so easy to say that this whole conflict is over, but it's interesting movements nonetheless. We also have gold moving higher.
Currencies and gold, everything is dropping. Gold is not moving higher. What do you mean? Gold has been dropping since the market opening.
Right. Yeah, that's right. I'm just looking at the daily and kind of looking at the daily gains. Right. It's not looking very very bullish. It's kind of like reversing the same as the others.
Yeah. Well, the same as currency, for example, the US dollar is also reversing on this news.
So if you look at the order flow now for Bitcoin, like we were looking at it earlier, it was very green and positive. Now it's just all red. So it looks like if the New York session, they're turning it around, then order flow is now back to the downside, unfortunately, for those who are looking to go long. But this is, again, the 5-second chart on AgriTrade. On the daily, I'm still bullish. We're still holding the $70.9, $70,900 level. So, this is just short-term noise for me. But we'll see what happens by the New York session closing.
Interesting. I'm not for the current moment re-entering any longs because I want to see how the situation is going to be developed in the next 45 minutes. Like 1 hour after the New York session opening is usually when we get the manipulations, all the sweeps, and it's kind of the price picking up the real direction. But I was expecting yesterday already the price on the indices, US indices moving higher. And then it's kind of in the zone for me for the pullback. If we can share my screen as well. That's something I was looking for the S&P 500 yesterday. And if S&P 500 is going to drop, that Bitcoin might continue as well. So it's at the moment is exactly the zone where I'm expecting the pullback from. So this was yesterday and that's today. So I think we're going to get a leg down, which means Bitcoin might suffer as well from this. So this is a 30-minute time frame. That's this volume that came in. The price wasn't able to pull back. We are at the moment right now that it can reverse. So I have two reversal zones at 71,700 potentially and 71,000, 7,800 as we discussed before. So if it's reversing now a little bit further down. But rather than that, I'm gonna see just in 45 minutes from now where we are.
Yeah, I'm just going to collect some names here for the name for the indicator, and then we're going to be collecting. It's going to be deciding which one is the best one here shortly. So if you have any ideas on what we're going to name the indicator that we're going to develop here in the live stream together using AI, then let me know in the comments, and we will add that to the list. And the winner that gets the best name, the ones we vote to be the best name, wins a 10K two-step account. We have a question from Jules in the comments saying that, do you guys think this pump is enough to turn the market bullish? I don't think it's so personally, I think we're in a market regime where like we're not like, obviously from a technical perspective, the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq were in a bear market, like it were in that correction phase, but now we're just back up again in bull market territory again. We kind of ride on that edge, right? But if the S&P 500, if Nasdaq stock market starts pushing lower again, it breaks below that range lows, then to me there's no question about it. The forces of inflation, interest rates, liquidity, those are the forces that really matters long term. And I think once those get a grip of the market and we start seeing a downturn despite the maybe positive developments in the Middle East, I think that's when we're going to see Bitcoin drop lower, drop below that 60K region. If Bitcoin can't move higher today, then I don't. This is not strength. This is just Bitcoin slowly grinding up and then having a relatively small bullish candle right into resistance. If this was truly bullish for all risk assets, then Bitcoin should have or should today break above this level, right? If the market is pricing in an end to the conflict and an end to the conflict being bullish for global markets and risk, then that should be reflective in price. And Bitcoin should be that asset that absorbs all of that confidence in the market. Bitcoin not pumping here tells me that people are not ready to put on risk. People are not, I mean, the stock market might be moving for different reasons. It might be moving because people are can also be that big institutions and hedge funds are actually unloading a lot of these positions on the move higher, which they have probably already done on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is from peak down like, what is it, 45% or something like that. So or maybe actually let's double check that. Yeah, it's down about 42%. So the selling of Bitcoin has already happened. Institutions have already exited, and smart money has already distributed Bitcoin, but maybe they're left in the stock market, and it's just a question of when and not if. So yeah, but again, I'm very biased to the downside on the market right now, which might be a problem as well. So we'll see what happens.
For me, Jonathan, just zooming out to the daily, I know we were like looking at the 5-minute most of the stream, but on the daily, nothing has changed. We're still above the 55 EMA. Momentum is still positive. We actually just, with this move down, we retested close to the 55 EMA at around 71,000. So, still 10 hours to go on the daily close, but for me, like I said earlier, based on my system, I'll remain bullish on Bitcoin as long as we remain above, it's called 71,000. If we go below there, then I'll shift to your more bearish view. But for now, on the daily time frame, I'm bullish.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what we're. I wouldn't be. I guess it's a question of, will the market start picking up here, and actually will are we going to get a break at? But then again, we get a break at up to 85K. I'd still look for a lower high, but maybe I'm just bearishly bullish here. But I'm ready to, like, if we reclaim the 80 to 85K region for Bitcoin, I'm going to be entering Bitcoin again long term, because then I think this time might actually be different. We'll see something that we've never seen before. Okay, so what I'm going to do is... Yeah, sorry.
I think if we break above 75 or 76K briefly, we're going to trap buyers, and then we're just going to flush down lower. I think that's what the bigger players are trying to do. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Okay, we have a list here. This is a list of some weird names, some good names, but also some weird names. Now we're gonna remove every single name from this list that we do not like. Okay, so do we like Echelon Edge? Yes or no? No. Okay. We have to be in agreement.
From me. From me, it's
okay. That's a no from Anastasia. Anastasia is always right. Moon Radar. Do we like Moon Radar?
Boris?
Are you asking me?
Yeah. We have to agree on the.
Oh. No, I don't like it.
No, it sucks. Okay. Tradeify Catalyst.
No.
No. Lambo Predictor.
I like that one. That's funny.
Okay, good. Blam and no, that's stupid. The banana confirmation for shorts. Yes, 100%. Okay. Next batch of names we're going to be selecting from.
Oh, we have more.
Oh yeah, we have a lot. Okay, we got the pump and dump indicator. I don't think we should do that for like compliance reasons.
And
okay.
I think the one already exists, at least one with this kind of name.
Yeah, you can go to jonathanandin.com and then you'll find the pump and dump indicator on there. Okay, so Tradeify Edge Flow.
I like it. Sounds fancy.
Okay. The Yobo Stasia indicator.
I don't know what that means.
I think it's a mix between all of our. It's Joe as Jonathan, Boris.
Whatever it is, I don't think it works.
No, I don't like it. Okay. What about this one? What am I trying to do here? Can I not just write? Okay. Let's get rid of that. Deep Signal. That's not. I don't like that. Not Deep Signal. I don't like that. Tradeify Edge Vector. Do I like that?
Nah.
No.
Edge flow flows better. Edge flow.
Yeah, edge flows better. Neutral edge. Nah, that's like sounds like you're just not making any money. Yeah. Okay, let's remove that one. Okay, we got Tradeify Edge Flow. Okay, we got the last batch of indicators here. We got 6 more indicators. Okay, actually, one of them we already looked at. Okay, so this is we got the MET indicator. I recognize that one. That's funny. But unfortunately, we're not going to use the MET indicator, although that would be fun to do. Seems like we have someone in the audience from our another stream that we've done in the past. IntelliTrade.
I like it.
I kind of like it. Tradeify Whale Whisperer.
Too long.
Not sure about that.
Okay. What do we think about Death Block?
Sounds like a death metal band.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Sounds like a death metal band. Which let's not do that. Liquidity Hunter. That sounds like some ICT wannabe influencer. Yeah. I don't like that. Liquidity. IntelliTrade. What do you think about Liquidity Hunter, Anastasia?
No, it's cliche. You know, it's too boring. It's like pump and dump indicator. You know, I'm pretty sure something like this already exists.
Okay, so we have here final four. Lambo. Oh wow, we're really, really good with names. Lambo Predictor is the first one, and then we have Banana Confirmation for shorts. I think we can remove that one actually. I think we can remove the banana indicator.
I kind of like the banana indicator,
You
but
like
like
it?
just the banana I don't know, it's funny.
I think we nah. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and remove that one. Okay, so we got Lambo Predictor, Tradeify Edge Flow, and IntelliTrade. Okay, which one do you guys like the most here?
Are we go for a funny one or are we go for a serious one? What do we do?
Well, I
don't
kind
know.
of
Lambo
think
Predictor sounds like a meme. Like, I think for crypto, like a more meme-based indicator, it is.
Yeah, I mean,
Makes more sense. I don't know.
You know, I think we can create something pretty good here, actually. But also, I kind of like the idea of Lambo Predictor just because it's pretty stupid, you know. And this is crypto.
Could you? What about Bugatti Predictor? Do that one.
Nah, because Lambo, like Lambos, you know,
Okay.
Lambos like crypto. You know what I mean? It should definitely be Lambo Predictor. Tradeify Edge Flow. It's a bit too serious, isn't it?
It sounds like very sophisticated for like traders who trading S&P futures.
Okay, Anastasia, if you have to pick one, which one would you pick?
The Lambo one.
Lambo. And Boris, which one would you pick?
I'm gonna go with Lambo, and my second choice would be
Okay.
IntelliTrade.
Okay, we're gonna go with Lambo as the winner, and then IntelliTrade is gonna be down here. You're not gonna win anything, but we're just gonna keep it here because it's interesting. Okay, Lambo Predictor. Who came up with Lambo Predictor? Who was that in the comment section? Okay, which one is Lambo Predictor? Oh, it's you've already won an account, but I guess yeah, I guess you can win two. Can you? Can you win two? Can you
Why
have
not?
two
It's
accounts?
Today. I mean, come on.
What? Yeah, but can you have two accounts at the same time? You can, right? You should be able to have that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Why not? It's a good name.
Yeah, why not? Okay, man, congrats. You apparently won another account today. Man, Alex is gonna kill me, but that's awesome. Congrats, man.
I mean, it's like crypto all in. You know, he's getting all in today.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Rhina Trade says it happens all the time on Tradeify TV. Okay, great. Good to know. Well, good stuff, guys. Thank you for joining the live stream here today. I'm gonna start planning the indicator that we're gonna be creating, and I'm thinking, you know, we might want to look at actually creating some pretty cool indicator where, because I think, I mean, it would be pretty cool if the trading, like the actual indicator within TradingView, can grab information via webhooks. Because then we can perhaps like feed the indicator on-chain data, like whale activities and things like that, and maybe even, you know, get ETF flows into the indicator to show like a live ETF flow window and things like that. There's a lot of cool things we can do. So let's try to come up with some ideas. So if you guys have any ideas on what you would like to see as an indicator, happy to start planning that out for you guys. All right, tomorrow we're back, same time, same place. And next week we got some amazing guests coming on. We have a CMT trader who's very big with Cycle, Ethereum, Bitcoin. I think he's the guy who does not think we're going to get another all-time high for Bitcoin until like 10 years in the future. So that's going to be an interesting discussion. And then we're going to have a 25 years, not 25 years old. We're going to have a trader that's been in the market for 25 years. He's not 25 years old. He's whatever. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Boris. Thank you, Anastasia.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Right.
See you guys
Thanks,
tomorrow.
guys.
See you tomorrow. Take care.
See you.